Let's talk to a guy that obviously knows everything that's going on because he joined me on my show, America's Pregame, yesterday, as he does usually every week around this time. I go way back with him. Once again, the best baseball insider in the business, Kenneth Rosenthal. Kenneth, how are you today, my man?
I'm good, Michael. And one thing on the Josh Hamilton news, John Morosi from Fox reported last night that he will not be necessarily treated as a first-time offender, that because he had those minor league suspensions, that it is at the commissioner's discretion whatever penalty he wants to impose.
All right, so but Kenneth, what is likely to happen, though, with him? And did he self-confess? Did he come in and confess that he went on the bench himself, or did he fail a drug test?
I don't know. And there is a report that he confessed, but at the same time, there is so much we don't know yet, and I'm not going to speculate, Mike, because until we hear the facts, we won't know exactly how to even analyze what's going on. But clearly, something happened with Josh Hamilton. It's not good, and it's not just a baseball issue, though certainly it is baseball, but it's the guy's life. This is a recovering drug addict, and he's had issues and just has many issues. So there are a lot of people with the Angels and even outside the club that are thinking of him, some praying for him, and it's going to be something to hear when we finally hear, and just everyone hoping for the best.
Yeah, we're all thinking about him and praying for him as well. We'll talk about that in just a second. What about the Angels? I mean, he's been with them for the past couple of years, hasn't lived up to the expectations on the field. How are they bracing for this situation?
Well, the LA Times report yesterday said that they're bracing for possible penalties. Now, obviously, there will be a question. One, is he suspended? And for how long? If he's suspended, I don't know, for the whole year, then they may make a move. If he's suspended for 50 games, they acquired Matt Joyce in the offseason. They could supplement from within. They could also go out and get one of the many outfielders that is available right now. Red Sox, Padres, the Dodgers, they all have surpluses of outfielders. So, again, there's a lot unknown, but if the Angels are dealing with a suspension here, they will not be paying Josh Hamilton during that time. So they will have the financial flexibility to go do something should they choose to.
How sad is this story, Ken? You kind of talked about what he went through early on in his career in minor leagues. We know he battled alcohol and drug addiction, had a great story, major turnaround, won the MVP of the American League, Major League Baseball back in the day. How sad is this after this, everything he's gone through?
Really sad. And I wrote about this today, Mike, on my column on FoxSports.com. And I started off by saying, when I first heard the news yesterday, the grim news, I thought back to one of my favorite nights ever in a ballpark, May 2012, Camden Yards. Josh Hamilton that night hit 4 two-run homers and also a double that nearly went out, almost 5 homers. And it was a performance that had his teammates just beside themselves with excitement. Mike Napoli said, this guy, it's a whole different league for him. That was, during that period, just a great player and, of course, a great story because of what he had overcome. Now, whenever you're dealing with addiction, of course, you're having the situation and the possibility that other things could arise. And there was always that with Josh Hamilton. But it seemed he had come all the way back, and now it seems that he has fallen again.
Yeah, once again, we'll wish him the best of luck and see what happens with baseball and if he is going to be suspended or what kind of disciplinary measures they will have. Talking to Kenneth Rosenthal, Major League Baseball Network insider, FoxSports.com. He is the best baseball insider in the business. Let me talk to you about Big Papi. Not happy, actually spitting mad yesterday. Doesn't like the pace of play, the new rules that the league has implemented. How is this going to be resolved? I mean, he's basically saying he's going to be defiant with it.
Right, he did say that. And as always, he was entertaining.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he said basically, I'm going to run out of money because of all the fines. And then I was at Tigers camp yesterday, and I mentioned that to a Tigers pitcher, and he said, guess what? There is a suspension possibility, too, and that's true. First violation is a warning. The next 4, series of progressive fines. And then if there's a 6th violation and willful disregard of the rules, baseball will have the option to suspend the player. So if he's going to keep doing it over and over and over again, there is a risk of suspension. But you are going to see some resistance to some of these things, in particular the keeping the 1 foot in the batter's box, because players like Big Papi, they're used to stepping out and doing their thing, and it's going to be an adjustment for them. Now, he says he's actually preparing for the next pitch when he steps out. And that's true. That's his style. It's his rhythm. But baseball wants the pace improved, and it's got to start somewhere. And that's why it's going to start with this.
All right. Hey, Ken, always a pleasure talking to you. Ken Rosenthal was telling the story of how we went back in the day back in Baltimore.
Hey, Mike, one thing.
What's that?
I'm watching your guy A-Rod taking ground balls right now.
He's my guy, right? With the New York Yankees. Thank you, man. I still got 2.5 hours to get through this show, and now you got A-Rod on my mind, man. I appreciate it. Kenneth Rosenthal hanging out. It's my guy, A-Rod.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.